I pull my phone up and open Red in my messaging app. His profile picture is some meme reference I don't get, but edited to look like him. Cute. Hey, Red. What messaging app are they using? I guess it could be like Telegram or something. I guess those are ones where you like can set a profile app. I think my brain just defaults to messaging app meaning text messaging, and you can't set your own profile picture in that for other people usually. But I think most apps do work that way, and I think isn't like WhatsApp super popular or something? I don't know how it works. I've never used it.
It's weird how I got a new phone and text messaging got replaced with like a Google app, and I was like, how the fuck did that happen? Text messaging has always just been like the most Spartan like feed of words at each other, and now people can give animations and thumbs ups and stuff like that. And
that's wild. Yeah.
What? When did this happen?
It felt like text messaging was eternally trapped to like the chain to like the original infrastructure of how it processed, akin to like something running on RSS or something.
Yeah, and those were good. RSS is amazing. I don't know. I'm depressed by technology. I'm depressed by a lot of things. Not as bad as Zander's depression though. He's going fucking through it right now.
Hey,
this
Red,
is sad.
I miss you. You can't respond right now, I know, but when you wake up, I want to hang out. I joined FANG only a few months ago. It feels like it's been years at this point. And in all that time, I never once tried to tell you how much I appreciate you. From day one, you were there for me, and stood up for me in front of Bruce and Cole, and you barely even knew me. You tried introducing me to your friends and getting me involved in all your stuff. You probably knew how scared I was. I'm sorry that I never took you up on any of your offers. I would give anything to go swimming or play games or whatever with you right now. I just got finished talking with my dad. I guess I'm feeling kind of lonely. It's not an easier over text. Maybe I've been lonely for a while now. But that didn't seem to stop you from trying. Why would being lonely stop him from trying? I'm like, isn't that why he would try? Because he can tell this guy's lonely. You spent so much time on me, loving and caring for me in your own way. I wish I had the balls to actually say it to your face, but I'm a coward, Red. I've been scared this whole time. Scared of Bruce, scared of my family, scared of myself. Scared of you. Scared of what would happen if someone like you got too close to me. I was an asshole. And I guess I was hoping that you'd leave me alone so you wouldn't have to deal with me. But I don't want to be alone anymore. My hands are shaking too much. I can barely type this out. I want to tell him that I love him, but I know Bruce had feelings for Red too. I would feel weird approaching him, knowing how Bruce feels.
Yeah.
Bruce had known him for longer. He should probably have priority. That's a weird way of putting it. Yes.
Yeah.
It's a very weird way of putting it. Like he's somebody that...
Like he's a product.
Like he doesn't have his own choice or anything.
It's fine. Zander's working it out. I'm sure he's going to reflect on it.
This is progress for Zander, but it's a mess. Yeah. In particular, I'm thinking like, this is a lot for Redline to wake up to.
That's kind of what I was thinking. I didn't want to point it out, but like somebody who's been on the receiving end of like, boom, here's a fucking 8-paragraph letter. It is so anxiety inducing. Even if it's nice, it's just like, this is a lot.
And there's just elements of like it'd be one thing if like he writes it down, like an actual letter, and then he just like sits on it for a while and finds the moment to give it to him, like when he's expressing it now. But if he sends these as messages right now, then Redline might be in a really bad place when he reads them.
Right. He's gonna be drugged.
Not only is he drugged, he's received life-ruining and career-ending injuries, as far as we can tell. And we've explicitly been told that he's lost vision in one of his eyes.
Yeah, and
It's
Xander's
like,
not addressing any of that. He's just talking about his feelings for him, which is valid, but just it wouldn't be the right time. My
yeah,
assumption
it's
is
not
that
even
Xander's
about
going to
like
delete all
having.
this.
It's not even about having to like play like even having to address it directly. It's just that like
Yeah,
just like you can't control when he's gonna read it, and he's in a weird
Right.
state right now, so he might literally read it like 2 minutes after he
The
finds
moment
out
he
that he's
wakes up.
blind now
Yeah.
or something, like stuff
Yeah.
like that. And it's like, what state is he gonna be when he reads this, like, and about your problems? It's like, oh, it's a yeah.
I hope he just deletes all of it after he types it out. That's, I assume, where it's going.
Yeah. I think about stuff like when you know somebody who has like a death in the family or whatever, and then you're like, okay, let's hold off a lot of thoughts about varieties of things because it feels weird to bring any of them up now, essentially.
Yeah.
At the very least, you should be able to have that talk with Red on his own.
Yeah.
Maybe we can both have him, all three of us.
Oh.
Uh,
Oh. Oh.
that's
Oh,
quite,
is this where this is going?
that's quite a place to land when you haven't even broached the subject yet. None of you have none of you have broached the subject with Red at all, and you don't even know how he's gonna pull through. And now
They're both sitting there when he wakes up from this coma, and there's like, so we have an idea.
We're all engaged now. Red just looks up, sees his finger, and screams with his engagement ring on his hand. His other arm's missing. just it's like the fucking it's like the horror of waking up and seeing your legs missing, but it's that you're engaged now.
Oh.
Something stirs inside my chest. That's also a bad way to wake up.
Mm-hmm.
The chest burster.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'd really like that.
Maybe the chest burster proposed to you.
No. Till death do us part.
Mm-hmm.
Very
Wait,
soon.
what did he just say? Hold on. Can you go back a screen? I was thinking of chest bursting.
Uh-huh. I feel like I'd really like that about the stirring in his chest.
Oh. Okay. Okay. No,
it
he's
was a
about
good stirring in the chest.
polycule. He feels like he likes the idea of being in a rupal. Okay. Okay.
It's a pipe dream, though. I don't know. I don't want to give my hopes up. If Redline even pulls through, I don't know how to even approach that. But I won't give up on the idea. Maybe there can be a way for us to be happy. You guys haven't even been clear to each other about even having romantic affection for each other. You got as far as, well, you're kind of, you're cute. And it's like, and then they dropped it. They didn't follow up on that and he's like,
I mean, what more do you need to launch into a polycule famous for being very straightforward relationships?
So I guess we can talk about this when you wake up. Get some good sleep. I can't wait to see you again.
Please delete it. No!
I fire off the text and lay back, heart beating out of my chest.
No!
Oh, he's going to be fine. He has to be. Breathe in, breathe out. My heart feels a little less empty.
I know I told you this the other day, but you don't have to do this.
I know.
We don't have to do anything until we get an answer from the commissioner.
He said he'd be back tonight, right? Then he'll be watching my fight.
That is true, I guess.
Bucky sighs as we walk down the hall to the elevator.
Are you sure you're up for this?
We've got it covered.
Well, you've been training hard, so I trust you. Just make sure you leave in one piece, okay?
What about Bruce?
You can leave in 3 or 4 pieces. It's up to you.
Bucky chuckles and pats my back.
We'll see you in a bit then. You're gonna do great.
Yes, sir. And when I come back, I'll have that belt on my shoulder.
There's the deer I was looking for. Be safe.
The door closes, and I begin my descent for the final time. He's sure of that, apparently.
Yeah. Okay. I know what we can do.
Bruce wipes his eyes and sighs.
I'll concede.
Are you sure?
There's not much else we can do. I'm not gonna hurt you anymore, and if I refuse to do this little song and dance now, he'll know I won't take any fight outside my weight class. I'll go back to fighting other men. I read that kind of weird.
Yeah, no, it reads slightly weird.
Yeah. You'll become the champion, and then you can retire.
It's like, you can't fight other men, Bruce, that's gay.
The belt's gonna default, and if it doesn't go to me, it won't be hard to win it again.
What if you get fired? He breathes slow.
They are placing so much fucking emphasis on their employment, man. That won't happen. I'm a draw. The fans love me, and not even FANG is stupid enough to get rid of me.
It feels like a big risk.
Safer than us fighting for real.
So this is it. Bruce is ending his undefeated streak tonight. Ah! The word. He said he wanted to make an announcement when the fight starts, but I don't know what that's going to look like.
Me neither.
Guess it makes sense. It'd be weird to lose your win streak without having anything to say about it. There's a guilt at the pit of my stomach clawing its way up into my chest. Is this worth it? Is this worth it? Risking all he has just to keep me safe? If it'll even work in the first place.
Zander,
Bruce can
please
quit,
advocate for yourself.
and I become champion.
Dude.
But will they count this as an actual win? You know, it's the thing he was begging for the first half of the game, and it's just. I know there are arcs where somebody realizes they don't want the thing that they were trying to get in the first place. Obviously, that's like actually a fairly common story. But in this case, it's like it does weirdly feel like he's learned to stop self-advocating and just take it and just succumb to the idea that no one involved can do anything about it. When he was originally correct to be resenting everybody involved for being complicit in their own stages of this process. Because even if the commissioner is the puppet master here, somebody still has to punch him, and somebody still has to, and especially since Bruce up front wasn't even doing normal fights, but was like being weirdly cruel, despite not being somebody that likes to hurt people supposedly. That characterization is actually kind of hard to graft back onto him retroactively, because the character he plays in the ring, even though he doesn't like hurting people, is way too cruel. He goes so far beyond what he needs to win. Because, like, in the first fight, he picked him up by the neck. It's like, okay, you've already picked up your opponent. That usually means that you've won. if you can just pick them up like a child, I don't think this is a fight anymore.
Yeah, you don't need to hurt him, like more, because he had already had his shoulder ganked out of place at that point.
There's an escalation of violence that can be rough to stomach in general. Like, the thing about the Cole fight is you kind of expect there to be like it's a normal fight that's obviously unfair and things are going wrong. And like, it's like you expect that Redline has no chance and he's going to be struggling while obviously not having a chance. And then the moment where he breaks his arm would be like the end of the fight when it goes too far, which isn't quite as dramatic and life-threatening and upsetting ultimately. But like, that's like the limit of like where you expect the weird bully to go of like, I'll beat up this little guy in the ring, and then you're like, yep, that leads to a massive injury. Oh god. Instead, it was the opening attack. It was immediately his arm was snapped, and then apparently just, oh god, there's so much blood, like we have to cut away to not show what happened afterwards. And that's apparently being aired on television. and like that's a thing that just happened in the setting, and like Cole goes from being a weird bully to being like an actual supervillain, like war crime type nightmare person. That's like a level of intensity that the story wasn't really, like, that the tone of the game wasn't really ready for that kind of character quite. But also like it leads to wider questions of like I guess Xander's dad watched Redline get disemboweled or something on live television. Yeah, because Xander's dad watches the fights, the only one. And that's just, and you know, just like these characters, like this is the thing that other people are seeing, and it's like, one, it feels weird to just throw Cole away so you don't have to deal with it, but also it's like it's such an insane escalation, even within the realm of like bodily injuries that like $1 million baby people in these like sports movies and stuff like that. Like there's a ton of examples of that concept, but they went instead to like almost like character exploding into gore and South Park levels of violence instead of like any of the ways that fighting injuries even work. Because it is really upsetting when like you see a guy go for a kick, and then I've seen this like gif of like a guy going for a kick in an MMA fight, and then it gets blocked, and when he goes to set his foot back down, his entire like shin just collapses because he had snapped his leg. He hit the wrong. And it's like, it's really upsetting on that level in the one moment of a break or something happening. It's like the idea that he would just be like, I'm going to tear him apart like a wild animal is like, I don't even see Cole being like that, like publicly in front of everybody and on TV. Like what does that, for lack of a better word, human being like expect to do with his life after that moment? Like how does he expect to live with that, doing that to somebody? Or if he doesn't care about that, then how does he expect to live with being known to have done that to somebody?
It speaks to like some of the consequences about not like tightening down the limits and the rules of FANG, which like we're constantly being surprised by, because the only thing that we are comparing it to is like a real life MMA thing. And like, it's just it's really hard to let that go, because I'm still operating, and it sounds like you are too, that it's like, this is just an MMA thing that has like just bizarre rules, but it's never felt like it's broken off into like its own escalated thing that's like separated from what I would be comparing it to in reality. So the escalation just, it still doesn't feel...
the escalation's so strong that you expect that the corners of the floor are going to drop out and lions are going to climb up the ramps.
Yeah, or like fucking, they're going to teleport to another dimension, and there's going to be like swishy like particle effects in the background as they like fight on a meteorite. You know?
See, Bruce can quit and I'll become champion, but will they count this as an actual win?
You know, I don't fucking know, man.
I have no idea. Mainly because we've never been told the rules of this place in the first place, to be honest. One of the only rules we've ever been given is that some kind of computer glitch makes him have to face Bruce forever, apparently. Which I don't even think is true. I think it's just the commissioner. I suppose it must. If Bruce forfeits, then the other fighter wins. But what if they fire him? How can he keep other people safe? Is that a thing he does? Does he keep other people safe? Wait, what's going to stop them from just doing this over again with someone else? Shit.
I don't know.
We didn't think this through at all. I mean, you did think stuff through. It's just now you're second guessing yourself via a weird, unreasonable standard of like, why can't I single-handedly dismantle FANG? And it's like, I don't know, because you're literally in their bunker and you can't leave right now. Like,
oh man.
Step one of every death game is to survive the death game, and then you can come back in the sequel to do the revolution. Because the sequel to every death game is a revolution where they go back into the death game, but then they band together and they break out somehow. Like Squid Game just did it right after Hunger Games did it, and Battle Royale did it, and I think it was called 99% did it or whatever, or 3% did it. I think I think it was a Spanish language take on like Squid Game and so on in Hunger Games. I've watched that genre a lot. they all do the exact same thing the moment it's time to make a sequel to the first storyline, is that you halfway repeat the formula, halfway do a revolution storyline. It's happened so many times.
So when you write a sentence like, we didn't think through this at all, that's a yellow flag to yourself as a writer to check in, like, is the character saying that, or am I saying that to myself right now with the character's voice? And chances are, more often than not, it's the last one. I've said this before. There are questions like, why are we here? Like, what are we doing here? Where are we going? And stuff like that. Those are flags to be like, did I set this up so that I don't need to say this sort of thing?
Am I saying this question aloud just so that somebody can answer it, or am I saying this aloud because just kind of writing based on momentum at this point?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, it's not a load bearing sentence, but in this case it has the weird opposite effect where it's like, what do you mean, Zander? Your goal is just to stop getting your ass beat. You're in danger. Bruce is going to put an end to it, like you've been begging him to this whole time. This single decision does not have to single-handedly defeat the FANG and all of its evil forever. That's just a weird, unnecessary, and unrelated level of stakes that you're now assigning to it mid-elevator ride, and that's why you're saying that, and that's why what you're saying doesn't make sense. We had all week, and I'm just now realizing how full of holes this plan is.
Okay.
The whole being that they might do the same scenario with a completely different set of people? That's not related to your plan. Breathe, Zander, breathe. This is the best option we have.
He might just be having a panic attack or something.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
And if this doesn't work, we'll find something else. If it doesn't work at what? I can't tell if he thinks this is going to stop FANG somehow. Because it's like the goalpost shifted so strongly.
And
it's explicitly not what the goal was 1 minute ago. Tap out, regroup, get a new plan. The elevator stops and the attendant nods as I step out. I bathe in the light as it shines down onto me.
Different background. We have two different panels in the back there. It's subtle. Kind of curious.
I was curious about that because I always felt like there would have been observation windows for the other fighters to watch via and so on. Did he come down the opposite elevator? Is there a weird asymmetry of windows?
I don't know.
Or am I misremembering this? There definitely was a big screen. Which
there was a big screen.
Because I remember questioning what shows up on that screen. Because who's the screen for if there's no audience?
I don't know.
Because if it's all just cameras and they're just in this silent room, then the cameras would be adding all the graphics. They wouldn't point it at a screen that's also in the room. Which itself is very far from the fighters, so you would never want to turn away from them to look at the screen. And I don't think they need the screen because there's an announcer. I bathe in the light as it shines down onto me. I'll miss this warmth.
No, you won't.
Maybe in different circumstances I could have made it big. But now, I'm just glad to make it out alive. Something feels off. I don't know what it is, but the air feels different. Stale. We were just here 2 weeks ago, but there's dust in the air. People usually keep these rings pretty clean. Maybe the difference in screen is literally that the elevator took him surprise to like a different location.
Oh,
maybe there's a deeper, older arena beneath the main one.
Oh, yeah, maybe that's it. He's going to FANG 2.
Which should be very bad, because that means he's getting ambushed.
No,
He's being sent to a different destination than Bruce.
It's Cole,
or Bruce is here.
Hi, Bruce.
I'm surprised Bruce is here. Yeah, we've been keeping Cole in the basement for the last week. There's his shit corner. He's going to kill you two now.
I am honestly thinking that's going to happen, but we'll see.
My attention is pulled back. Bruce's door is open, and the beast steps out. He looks tired. Me too, Bruce. But he smiles anyway.
You ready?
He grunts the words low. I take a shaky breath and nod. Yeah, I'm ready. I'm surprised Zander didn't notice that it's a different room. Like, you can't casually change such huge features in a concrete room. It's like a strange thing to not
I'll
pick
give
up on.
Zander a pass on it because he's never in this room for very long. And he's probably got a lot of blood in his eyes while he's in here.
The bell rings as we meet in the center. Gloves raised a tap. His hands are gentle, rubbing against mine before he takes a step back.
I got something I need to say.
His guard lowers. He turns his head to wherever the cameras are probably located. God, this is really happening. My stomach is turning over.
Past few months, Alex and I have been fighting for the belt. That ends tonight.
He just rips his head off.
Yeah, he just kills Alex.
Like a Pez dispenser.
Mm-hmm.
My ears twitch.
Champion! Bruce! Walking around holding his head up. I've been pretty damn proud of holding on to this title for as long as I have, and I know I'm probably pissing off a good chunk of my fans right now, probably all of them, but I can't keep this up anymore. Zander here, he's been working his ass off day in and day out just to keep up with me. I could have taken his head off, but that hasn't stopped him from showing up every time to get the job done. And I don't know about any you watching at home, but I can't think of anyone, even in my own weight class, that would willingly ask to take me on more than once.
Bruce steps backwards, standing outside the circle. I can feel the timer counting down. 10 seconds outside the ring and he loses.
So, I forfeit. It's been a good run, but if this goes on any longer, they're not going to count this because they made it so fucking obvious that they're colluding. Like, if you, like, this is against the rules of the league, you know? There's no way that they're going to let this one count.
Yeah.
Zander, you didn't think this through, man.
Well,
don't let him give a fucking speech.
On some level, it doesn't even matter if it counts. It's just that you can't make him fight.
Yeah.
This is like the declaration
I guess
that you can't do that. Like, I don't think Zander cares about becoming the champion.
Okay, true. If this goes on any longer, I'm gonna wind up hurting somebody.
He looks at me, and that icy stare melts, revealing warmth underneath.
Someone very important to me.
And then they kiss, live on camera. Enjoy that response, fans. Bruce turns back to look at the camera. Something still feels off, almost like the floor is shaking.
I want all of you at home to give a big warm welcome to Zander, your new champ.
The elevator doors behind Bruce open and 2 guards step out.
The Ion.
He turns around, barely catching a glimpse as they move. They're big. The rhino and elephant that took me to the commissioner's office a few months ago. Black, heavy-looking batons rest in their hands. One of them grabs at Bruce's arm.
The fuck? Hey!
Bruce pulls his arm away, but the rhino gets a hold of it again. He eats a backhand to the cheek, which only puts a smile on the rhino's face.
Get the fuck off me! Growl!
The elephant pulls out a stun rod, like the one they used on Cole. It lights up and gets jabbed deep into Bruce's side. Bruce! I lunge forward, with a hand on my shoulder, but a hand on my shoulder pulls me back. Another guard. He probably came from my elevator. I try to shove him away, but I'm thrown to the ground. Fuck off! I try to scramble forward, and I hear something like a lighter sparking before... Pain burns through the small of my back, firing through every muscle I have. My scream breaks through the commotion as the guards behind me hits me with a stun rod. The sensation is unlike anything I've ever experienced, anything I could have imagined. I can't even bring myself to fight back, paralyzed as my body twitches and spasms without my control.
Zan! Oh, ha! This is intense.
He's doing unwell.
I like this art. I mean, I like it for its artistic execution. It is well drawn.
Never miss a chance, furries, to make him breast boobily.
Never.
I don't think this is going to make them fight. I don't think this is an effective response. Bruce's guard presses his weapon into his back, and the man releases an earth-shattering roar, enough to shake my guard out of the brutality he's enacting. Oh, the guard attacking him. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
You don't have a guard. You don't have a guard up. You're gone. I watch as the electricity fries through every ounce of energy left in Bruce's enormous body. He's desperate, clawing and thrashing as they keep the surge pumping into his body. He is scared. Tears are streaming down his face. I had moved to save him if I could, if I had the energy. But my muscles aren't responding. The burn still searing through my veins. All I can do is watch. The guards finally cease, dragging Bruce's gargantuan body toward the elevator. He growls toward me. I can see drool foaming at the edge of his mouth, with a bit of blood bubbling out too. He must have bit his tongue. I struggle, inching forward barely.
I'm gonna guess this is the commish. Don't.
The guard commands me, his stun rod disabled but pressed firmly into my back. I don't think I can survive another hit from that. By the time they get Bruce's body into the elevator, my guard follows close behind, stepping into the box with them. But he's leaving with them, not taking us.
Yeah, so Cole's gonna appear in the elevator.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, we're definitely getting ambushed then.
Yep.
I get one last look at Bruce's desperate face before the doors close. I'm alone. This feels coordinated in a way where it feels like they needed to, like, know already what was going to happen. Which I guess probably makes sense if they're surveilled in his own room or something.
Yeah.
I'm alone. The burning starts to fade, but it's another minute before I regain full control of my body. Bruce is gone.
Yep, yes he is.
Punished for speaking out, probably. Probably? I should have seen this coming. Of course there'd be repercussions for trying to fix things. Fucking stupid of us to think we could ever make things better down here. But I get it now. It's just, that wasn't their goal. They weren't trying to make it better down here. Like, they'd want to, but the goal was just to stop
honestly,
this
maybe they
specific
did.
string of fights.
Honestly, maybe they did. Maybe Zander is so selfless now that he's like, I will do whatever it takes to make things right for all the people that fucking hate me.
It's like, I'm just iffy on that, like, everyone agrees things need to be better down here, like all the characters that matter. It's just that that wasn't, like, what the stakes were. Like, that's not what the fight was about, as far as I can tell.
Well, a whole week passed, things change.
It's not my fault. It's not Bruce's fault. There's only one man that is making any of this happen.
Red
the elevator
line.
behind me opens its doors. Did he just psychically summon him again? Think of exact character, then the character appears. Theodore is standing inside.
Oh, we knew it.
Oh, it's Theodore.
Yes.
You piece of shit. He rips off his shirt. He gets somehow, like, much wider.
He, like, just envelops the whole room like the fucking Kingpin from the Spider-Man movies.
Hello, Alex. On shaky limbs, I push myself up to my feet. With a wheeze, I wipe the drool from my chin and limp to the elevator. The doors close. Commissioner. He clears his throat and speaks softly. He's on vacation right now. Theodore's ears make for an excellent handle. I shunt him against the wall and draw my dead eyes into his. Take me to his office,
This is the person that deserves us the least
Theodore.
in the narrative. That's fucking wild.
He probably deserves it on some level because he works for the commissioner. In the same way that, like, Bucky works for the commissioner, and you're like, yeah, everyone's just doing this, huh?
Yeah. Okay, maybe fair.
I was really
don't
thrown
know
by him
what this
saying
guy's
commissioner
role
though,
is.
because I thought he was like calling him.
Yeah,
the
I thought he was
commissioner.
accusing him of being the commissioner.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm like, is this a reveal? I was like, what?
That's what I thought too.
That was really
it was just like I knew it all along.
yeah, it had that vibe. I was like, what?
Mm-hmm.
I hope he knows just what I'm willing to do to speak with his boss. His little body's quivering. I don't know what to tell you, Alex.
It's all right, Theodore.
He's just he's on the speaker. Okay, I was like, he was in the room the whole time.
He's got an invisibility cloak, just rips it off.
A speaker in the elevator catches both of our attentions. Theo seems just as surprised as I am.
Bring Alex to my office.
I pull my grip back. It's a little rough. I don't have full control of my muscles just yet. Maybe I'll apologize for that later. The rabbit squeaks nervously and taps a few buttons in the elevator panel. One man can make all of this end. He is the reason this is all happening. Theodore takes me through a series of hallways. I've been down this route before. No guards posted outside his door. Right. They're currently terrorizing Bruce. All of the guards. Those are all he has.
Mm-hmm.
I move past Theodore and throw the doors open. Harvey.
Alexander Mason. You have violated your contract. Effective immediately, you are no longer employed at FANG.
The door is shut behind me. I'm alone with the commissioner. He turns around to face me. What are you doing with Bruce?
That matter only concerns FANG employees. When my guards return, they will escort you to the exit.
I'm not leaving without an answer.
Then you will be dragged by your antlers.
That would be difficult.
Mm-hmm.
He sneers, almost spitting the words from behind his mustache.
I've been far too lenient with you. You should have been fired from your little social media outburst long ago. And now Bruce is just letting you in? That won't fly here.
What, so I should have just lied down and let Bruce kill me?
No. You're supposed to fight. That's the whole point.
He pounds his desk.
Our audience wants the bloodshed, Alex. They want the brutality. And above all, they want the reality of the struggle. No referee, no rounds, no escape. That's the purpose of the FANG arena.
The escape is you can leave the ring.
So it is. The men that fight
like,
here.
I'm just like, if that's the point, then why isn't there no escape? Why did you put escape in the rules?
No escape, no timeout, no tap out. None of that shit.
No pants?
The men that fight here are part of the elite. The strongest men to grace this earth. And that's why you were brought in. To put that strength on display to the public.
To put it on display. So, I had to fight Bruce. So you could show off?
Show off is a bit juvenile. I would refer to it as a reminder of what our men are capable of. You're an ordinary man, Alexander. And if our audience is given a chance to see how the champion is able to destroy ordinary men, they will know that FANG is undeniably the best league in the industry. That's... No, it would be if they beat, like, the high tier of the other people in the leagues.
Yeah, you...
Incredible.
I understand the concept if you're a sociopath of being like, let's have our giant tank man obliterate a normal human to see how strong they are once, making him only fight some regular guy all the time. I'm like, what?
We're gonna prove how good the Chicago Bulls are by having them like play against a high school basketball team.
It's like
Wow.
Logan Paul versus a middle schooler. Where you're like, what the fuck's happening?
And not just the audience, shareholders and advertisers too. Speaking of,
who's
I've got a
advertising
lot of
over
angry
the footage
emails.
Yeah. Who's advertising
I've
over the
been
footage of
ignoring
Redline getting split in half?
Have you looked at our stock ticker lately? It's down 80% in 3 months, and it's your fault, Zander.
Huh.
Your fault.
I was definitely
Okay, anyway.
I was expecting Commissioner to give like a speech about, you know, from the perspective of like toxic masculine ideals and so on that level. I wasn't expecting him to explain this stuff like it's an incoherent business strategy. like he thought this was a good way to run the company on purpose, because and not like a thing he was doing because he's just sucks and he was intentionally making bad choices.
Shareholders, so this is a publicly traded company, which means there's a board. And you're telling me that like a board of like 11 other people went along with us and didn't fire the commissioner?
Yeah, like the shareholders are fine with him wasting Bruce on beating up Zander for months and no other fights with actual heavyweights.
Yeah. The more impressive our men are, the more people that will watch, and the more money they'd want to invest.
It's like having a publicly traded snuff film company.
Yeah.
So, our fights were always meant to end with me in pieces. You could show off and rake in more money.
But then Bruce threw that plan away. I know what he can do, and he did not follow through in your first fight. So, I gave him a second chance. Time and time again, he disappointed me, doing nothing but playing with you in the ring.
You decided you need to punish me too?
In hopes of you putting up a fight, yes. If I issued proper discipline, you'd be motivated to hurt Bruce enough for him to stop holding back. But I saw that this was a waste of time. Both you and Bruce were the problem.
So you tried again. With Redline and Cole. He sighs and looks away.
An attempt at a fresh start, as it were. Bruce was too soft. Cole, on the other hand, seemed all too eager when given the opportunity. His performance needed a kick anyway. One more loss and he would have been cut.
So you blackmailed him into the fight.
That's a heavy legal term, Alex. No, we didn't have to blackmail Cole. We told him he'd be fighting Redline, and he accepted immediately.
Why Redline at all? You had to know he was going to get hurt.
I have established that I don't really give a shit about that. That night at the beach after his last fight, did he not tell you that he wanted to rise to the top of the ranks?
In his league, obviously. Oh, you want to be good at soccer, huh? Well, here's a bulldozer. Like, what?
Nah, I mean...
The fuck? It's not what the sport is. The commissioner is just an insane character. It's actually like, it's a frustrating place to end on where you're like, oh, okay. Huh.
Yeah. You need good viewership for that, Alex. I was only giving him what he wanted.
You were listening in on that.
I own the facility, Alex. I see and hear whatever I want. How else do you think I knew what you and Bruce were planning? All your sneaking around has caught up with you.
So our fight just now
Zander.
was some kind of setup? Yeah, he
Yes,
put
it
you in a
was.
different room and you weren't on camera. It was all fake. That's why
Yes
that's why
and
there was
no.
no advertisement for your game, as your dad said.
Mm-hmm. It was your last chance to give me what I asked for.
The audience saw it all. They know Bruce forfeited. There was no one. That wasn't live,
It wasn't
Zander.
filmed. Yeah, it wasn't. Yeah. Do you really think I wouldn't plan ahead? None of that was public, Alex. Recorded? Yes, but not put on air. I wouldn't dare let that talk touch my network.
I can feel my heart sink. So, all that.
Was for nothing. You've not only wasted my time, you've also ended your career and gotten your friends hurt. And now, you'll be leaving my office and this facility for good.
Commissioner turns around to the window, overlooking a FANG arena.
Fortunately for you, Redline will be fighting again. I hear he wants a rematch with Cole.
He's going to make
He's
Redline
going-
fight Cole.
Oh.
Redline barely survived his last fight, and this monster is making him do it again.
Yep.
There's nothing to do. There's nothing to do. I'm powerless. You could take that phone and club him over the head. At this point, like if he's just a fucking nightmare murderer.
Yeah.
Bruce and I tried to fight this, and it ended up with me getting fired and him getting beaten.
Yep.
My heart is pounding out of my chest. Something inside me is trying to burn its way out of my fur. I'll never see Bruce again. Redline might not live to see another fight. I can't do anything. You've taken everything away from me. Talking won't save this. Begging won't save this. Doing my job like you tell me to won't save this. This is all your fault. I clamber over the table, leaping toward the commissioner. Correct. I have to stop you.
Fucking finally.
I nearly tackle him into the glass, but he manages to sidestep my attack. My fist swings out to strike something, anything, and meets his surprisingly durable muzzle. In return, his fist strikes my face, and in the daze, he grabs me by the scruff of my neck. The commissioner slams me down, bent over the table, with my hands held firmly against my back.
Assaulting your boss.
I don't work here anymore.
Oh. I hope he says it. Come on. Aw. Wow, everyone's emphasis on employment is just interesting. You're beyond help, Alex.
Fuck you. I hiss the words, head still hurting from the reversal. He leans in close, a growl creeping down my spine.
You're the worst kind of employee, you know that? Not only are you incapable of doing your job, but you make everyone around you worse. You're a poison, Alex. A tumor. Because of you, Bruce is out of a job, and Redline...
He tightens his grip. It feels like my hands are about to break.
He'll be better off without you.
Obviously not. I won't let him make me think that any of this is my fault.
And now, you're taking shots at your boss straight to hell. That's the... No, what? Huh? This next sentence, though. I'm just gonna let this one go over my head. You must want a lawsuit on top of your contract fees. Know your place, Alex.
At least I can fight. You sit in your ass all day while people like us fight for you.
I'm not one you want to pick fights with, Alex.
I'm not stopping until you fix everything. Put Bruce back and apologize to Red.
Apologize.
Apologize.
Yeah, he's got to do a little more.
That'll fix it.
You have no room to be making demands. But if you're so eager to fight, then perhaps I'll give you one more chance to redeem yourself.
Dun dun dun. It's gonna be what we thought.
Yeah, it's incredible. Is it going to be Cole or the Commissioner? I think it's Cole first
gonna be the
and then the
Commissioner.
Commissioner.
He's totally gonna fight the Commissioner.
Nah, it's Cole first and then Commissioner. It's going to be Cole. It's going to be like, no, not with me, but with him.
I don't think Zander can fight Cole.
No, he's going to pull it off somehow. And then the Commissioner's going to be like, that's not the way it was supposed to go.
I know the Commissioner somehow stopped, was able to somehow take down Bruce via anime magic or something, but like, it's just, I can't accept the idea that he's ever gonna, that Zander can ever beat Bruce or Cole. Like, they're just fucking giants. You're like,
yeah.
It's fuck. This is fucked.
We'll see, you know. Maybe he just has to pray.
With one hand in my scruff and the other holding my wrists, he pulls me off the table. He's holding both of your wrists with one hand. I'm shoved forward, stumbling and landing on my ass. He stands over me, arms at his side. Kick him in the groin. Go it. Take him out. He's really set himself up here.
Kicking your boss's testicles? Now that's a major no-no, Zander.
This doesn't react
I
at all.
got fixed years ago, though.
No. He's a lot scarier from this angle, but something in my chest is keeping me from backing
from every
down.
angle. Oh, there it is. I'll fight you, Alex. 2 days' time. Since Bruce can't do his job, I'll do it for him.
Quick, Alex, ring his bells. I scrambled to my feet, backing up the door. I refused to look away. And if I win, you follow my demands?
If you win, you avoid battery charges for attacking your boss.
That's not. The doors opened behind me. Judging by the shadows of the light seeping in, the massive guards are standing there.
Change of plans, gentlemen. Alex has one more fight before he parts ways with us for good.
He snaps his fingers.
See to it that he finds his way to the main floor without issue.
Wait! The burly guards are rough, pulling and restricting my limbs as I struggle against their hold.
This should go without saying, but everything we've discussed here is covered by your NDA. Breathe a word of the details, and the deal is off. I'll see you soon, Alex.
RV! I scream, still resisting against the two beasts. His office door slams shut, and I'm dragged kicking and screaming out of the hallways. Sounds like a deal.
Another W for old Harv on this contract again.
I'm so good at my job.
This is going into my shareholders' quarterly review. They're gonna love that.
Completely insane character.
Oh, man.
Oh my goodness. They toss me unceremoniously out the door. I'm back in the main hallway.
Rude.
The door is slammed shut, and I can hear a loud click. I'm alone. Bucky. I have to find Bucky. I'll explain everything to him.
You got teleported again.
Yeah.
Oh, he's alone until he apparates Bucky.
No, whenever he thinks about any other character, they materialize.
Zian?
Bucky popped his head out of a nearby viewing room. He looks understandably confused.
He has teleportation sickness. Where's... What happened?
I teleported you. It didn't...
Where are my clothes? Does this happen every time you teleport someone's in?
Scenes of my fight sear through my brain. Bruce screaming in agony. The burning spot in the middle of my back. The commissioner's face.
Yeah, I guess I forgot that this happened. This should go without saying, hey. But everything we've discussed here is covered by your NDA. Hey. Breathe a word of the details, and the deal is off.
I don't know what to say. I don't know what I'm allowed to say. He left it so vague, anything I say could land me in deep shit. Am I supposed to just stay silent? He put me in a position to lie to my coach, but Bucky knows something's going on. What's he expecting? Why am I the one that has to work around all these insane rules? It feels like nothing he says makes sense. I'm frozen in place in front of Bucky. I already know it's been a bit too long to be natural.
It didn't. What? Where's Bruce? Did you beat him? I knew you had it in you, son.
He's dead. Staring at the ground, searching for an explanation, and coming up dry. How am I supposed to come up with an explanation for what just happened without breaking my contract?
Zane.
His hand is on my shoulder. I slow my breathing down. It got cancelled. I already know he doesn't believe that for a second.
I didn't believe that for a second.
My shoulders
You
raised.
Beat him. Don't lie to me.
My shoulders raised in an exhausted, half-hearted shrug.
Talk to me, Zane.
I can't even look him in the eyes. I don't want to lie to you, but I can't tell you the truth. Bucky sighs.
Can you at least tell me what happened?
If I say anything, he'll fire Bruce. I'll fuck over my future and Redline. Bucky wraps his arms around me. It's kind of cold in this hallway. I guess I've been shivering. I only noticed it now that I have someone warm holding me. Bucky's arms hold me tight and calm my breathing. His hands glide up and down my back, and I can finally catch my breath. Until his hand traces over my back, where the guard held his stun rod against me. I flinch against his touch. I think he felt how wiry my fur is in that spot. The hug breaks. His eyes meet mine, a combination of fear, concern, and anger mixing on his face. Bucky's thumb and forefinger rub together, thinking. His fist clenches tight. He pats my shoulder.
Let's take a walk.
I can tell he's trying to act casual, but his voice is filled with tension. His breathing is heavy too. We walk briskly towards the immersion chamber. He's silent the whole way through. I almost feel like I'm in trouble. He takes me to the ocean side. There are a few guys here, but they're off drinking on the patio. Bucky takes a slow, deep breath. We watch the ocean for a few seconds.
It's a nice view, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what happened?
I want to speak up, but I feel like the cameras and microphones could probably reach this far out.
Still nothing? I was hoping the waves would cover up any sound in case someone's trying to listen in.
They explicitly won't. Just to make sure, the game just reminded us that he eavesdropped on Redline and him sitting on the literal beach by the waves. And that entire conversation was still observed.
Let me see if I can work this out then. Did you have your fight with Bruce?
I shake my head, slight enough that a camera could probably have trouble seeing it from a distance.
So something else happened.
He's like trying to get us fired at this rate.
It's probably a favor to Zander. In some sense, I'm almost like, Zander, just fucking cut your losses. Like, I'm
Yeah.
sorry that your friends are gonna fucking burn in hell, but like, dude, there's nothing you can do.
Yeah, and
realistically, like, just
you clearly signed
leave.
the worst possible contract with the worst language ever if this is binding somehow.
Yeah.
But it's like, damn.
I would have given up by now. Easily.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah.
I don't know how you go back in the ring with somebody who collapsed your chest.
Well,
Just do you go back? Like, what? How do you face
I don't know.
You should have like PTSD or something over that, probably.
I don't
You
know
probably
how
should
you
have.
comfort the
You should probably
person
have.
who just strangled you.
Yeah, you should probably be permanently fucked up over the first strangling in the first fight.
Yeah.
Like it was so bad so quickly. He specifically like choked him out and broke one of his limbs and stuff. If I remember correctly, his arm, I think, or dislocated
his
his arm.
shoulder got
Yeah.
dislocated or something.
Like it was so bad so fast that I was like, that's too upsetting. You don't ever go back to that. But like at this point, if Bucky knows that Xander's going around what he can and can't say, this is like a get fired the game. Like he's like, all right, so 20 questions each. It's like you're playing, like he's trying to get him with like, oh, I didn't say Simon Says. Like he's gonna like trick him into breaking his NDA. Like,
Can you tell me what didn't happen?
it's a weird interaction because
trick.
like if they find any trick around this, it's a bit confusing because we don't really have any rules for how the NDA works, so we don't have like a rule to like go around as a loophole. So I don't know where this is gonna go. I shake my head again. He lets out a sigh.
And your back, does it hurt?
Another shake.
Well, that's good. Was the old man involved?
The commissioner. I nod.
Of course he was. He's really got it out for you, huh?
I vigorously nod my head. He chuckles.
Yeah, makes sense that you probably can't do much talking then.
We stare at the waves for a while. I should feel like I've let him down. But something about his presence makes me know I've got nothing to be ashamed of. What would
What
have
does
let
he
him...
owe you, dude?
Yeah, and also, and I don't know what would have been letting him down.
How are you feeling?
Tired.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
No time to rest. I've got a fight in 2 days.
What the hell? Oh? With who?
Saying you have a fight in 2 days is technically revealing information that is from that room.
Yeah.
Technically broke NDA. I can't say. I just looked down.
Oh.
He pulls his arm around me and pulls me close. Bucky lets out a strong... Bucky lets out a long, slow sigh. One that sounds more concerned than anything else.
That's big. And talking about it will land you in more trouble.
I'm getting tired of nodding.
You okay?
Did Bucky just intuit that he's fighting the commissioner?
Yeah.
Like that's even a thing that's on the table to begin with?
I mean, maybe it's fucking happened before. Maybe this is like a yearly thing. I don't know. You know how the commish gets when he's got an idea in his head. You just can't convince him otherwise.
Whoops, the commish is in rut again. I give in. I don't know what I did wrong. It feels like everything's just rigged.
Oh my fucking god, dude. I think it is. Try to be a little faster, Zander.
We haven't seen a single fight in the entire game that wasn't rigged. We've had one match where Redline like got an upset win against his rigged fight, but like all of this has been rigged. The whole story, that's everything. Bucky holds me. I let the tears roll down. We tried to do the right thing. Nothing's working. I just want my friends to be okay. He just hugs me tighter. This sucks. I'm so tired. I want to be done. I don't want to fight anymore.
Oh, I know.
Which is why I'm maintaining this lie and this information so that I can do my next fight in 2 days.
Yeah.
But if I don't, Bruce is fucked and I'm fucked and Redline's... I take a breath. I don't want to think about what will happen if I don't fight. Also, you're revealing NDA information. Bucky has no reason to think...
It's the... I think a decision's about to be made for you, Zander. I think you're gonna get kicked out.
Yeah, Bruce doesn't have... Bucky doesn't have context for Bruce being fucked.
Nope.
And then I break. Bucky holds me against his chest as I stain it with my tears. Good news, Zander. It washes out. Everything rides on this. My future, Bruce's career, Red's life. It's too much. So all I can do is cry. Poor Bucky. He probably has no idea what to do with me. His students are suffering, and there's so little he's able to do. I'm sorry.
Shh. You're okay.
You don't deserve this. He scoffs.
What? You're the one who's had to put up with this shit for months. You don't have to worry about me.
I just tell people to do laps. Sorry. He cradles me against his body as my crying peters out. Hey, Peter.
You remember a few months ago, before your second fight with Bruce? We stood out here and watched the waves for a bit one morning.
Right.
You were a different person back then, Zander. A lot has changed.
I was a dick.
I won't say you weren't. But in just a few short months, I watched you get stronger. You opened up not only to me, but to Drayden, to Red and Bruce. I saw your heart change. I saw how you started caring for your friends, how you went out of your way to make sure they were okay. And even now, you were worried about how I was feeling.
That's my boy Zander, always worried about his friends and open about it emotionally.
You're the one that has a fight coming up.
I sniffle. I don't feel like I've earned these compliments.
No comment.
It doesn't feel like much has changed.
Change isn't just what happens to you, how you respond to it matters too. I am so proud to have you as my student.
I look up to him. He's crying. Smile plastered across his face.
No matter what happens, Zander, we'll make it work.
We hold each other and let ourselves cry. After a while, we watch the waves in silence.
So, 2 days. Dude.
Just tomorrow. The night after that is the fight.
Sounds like we got work to do.
Yeah. Of course. I probably don't even need it. I could win the fight here and now if you tried me. Who's hey? You know the... Oh. Just a dart to the neck. A big grin spreads across his face.
There's the attitude we need. No clue who this mystery opponent is. Wink. But he's got shit luck having to face you.
We laugh for a bit, feeling the tensions ease. I'm worried for Bruce and Redline, but there's not much I can do for them right now. Maybe the best thing I can do is prepare. If everything is riding on this, then I have to give it everything I have.
Oh shit, wait. You probably need to see Drayden about the thing on your back.
Fuck, you're right.
Drayden, give this guy every steroid, everything you can do. He's got to fight in 2 days with a mystery opponent.
Give him Cialis for intimidation.
Viagra, Cialis, anything in that drawer of yours. You know the one.
Thankfully, Drayden was only a little upset. It was hard dancing around the details of what happened to us, but he seemed understanding enough. I get some gel to soothe the spot where I got zapped, along with the stern talking to. Getting Drayden mad at me is almost more upsetting than the whole deal with the commissioner. But he supports me. Not that he has much of a choice at this point, but neither do I. I sleep good that night. I have to. I'll wake up early the next morning. I've got training to do.
Bucky time, Bucky music, Bucky training time.
We can't take it too hard. I can't risk injuring myself. I have to finish this fight. But we get to work. Running drills, running laps. I slam away at the heavy bag. Reminds me of where I was a few months ago, practicing baby combos on this thing. Baby combos? God, I wasted so much energy being mad at myself over something I didn't even do. I wasn't expecting this additional layer of music.
Do 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 do.
Yeah.
Bucky's like playing the guitar in the corner, being like, "What do you think? I've been practicing." Drayden says I've been getting a lot better. But he just says that to be nice. What do you think, Zander? Be honest. Anyway.
All about something I couldn't even control. All of this for a man that doesn't even care whether I live or die.
He cares whether you die.
Yeah.
That's that. He does care for one of those.
I'll make him regret ever hiring me. He does.
He really does.
The bag shakes and shudders frantically, and I step back, sweat dripping down my frame. I turn, as if I'll see Redline in his corner, jumping rope at double pace. Not here. But I can feel him cheering me on, pushing me further, helping my flame grow brighter. Like some sort of fridged character. When you wake up, Red, I'm gonna have good news for you.
Oh my fucking
Your grandpa's
God.
dead.
Oh. He did get fridged.
He kinda
'cause it's
did,
just his
yeah.
motivation. Motherfucker. It's kill your gaze, kinda. Well, no, it's not that. Never mind.
No.
I jumped to the wrong trope, but it is fridging.
It'd be really hard to bury your gaze.
Yeah,
when
that's just a
everyone's
nuclear
gay.
bomb. That's what happens when you don't think and then you say words. You say stupid things sometimes, like that.
But for now,
Ah, that's rough. Good. Again.
again, I beat my anger into the bag. My fears, my failures, my rage. There's no point in directing that inward. I don't deserve that. So many people have been working their ass off to help me become a better person. It's my turn to pay them back.
There we go. Save some for the fight, Zan.
He laughs and claps me on the back. What do you think?
You were ready to drop Bruce in your last fight. So whoever this guy is, he's getting carried out on a stretcher.
I could hardly sleep the night before my fight, but with everything going on, my body just sort of gave out. Red. Bruce. Gonna get us out of here.
Cole? It's jail. I think it's Cole time.
It might be Cole. He should be in jail.
Yeah, I think it's Cole time.
Is that a book?
I'm waiting to see him appear. Yeah, Cole did win a fight, so that does mean he's legally allowed to rent one book from the library. Which is a rule. I will not forget that that was a rule that was established. You get a vacation day and a book to check out from the library. You can't take away those two things from me because they're the concrete rules that I will cherish.
Well, it's in first person.
Okay, well, it's going to be him narrating it, isn't it? So
yeah.
I'll assume I got no goddamn idea when they planned on getting me out of here. I've been in this shitty little jail cell for probably a day now. Maybe a day and a half. That's basically hell. Dante couldn't have predicted. I'm just fucking up every accent.
He's just going on a different planet. He went like Astro, like Russo-Australian for a second.
Hardly that much time. But feels like forever since that fight. At least it's given me a chance to sleep. Rest my bones after getting tased.
Oh. Wait. I don't know if it's Bruce or Cole.
I'm pretty sure it's Cole, because the music is tense. Shame that the bit sucks, but not exactly unexpected.
For me, I'm thinking it's only been a day instead of a week, so it's probably Cole.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, so it's probably Bruce, because he was tased a day ago, not a week ago.
Well...
They were both
Cole
tased.
just basically murdered somebody, so he's going to be in and out in a single day. Bruce went against his boss. That's unforgivable in this universe. He's lucky he didn't get fired off into the sun. This thing wasn't made for people my size. But then again, not many things are. Creaky and lumpy and smells like old people. This cell is damp, but bone dry at the same time. Not sure how they did it. Cold, too. I miss my heat lamps.
Like a reptile.
Heat lamps like a reptile, maybe.
I wonder what character it might be. It was tased one day ago.
Oh. Doesn't help that they didn't bring me a change. I'm fucking committing. You're not convincing me otherwise.
It's not
until I see his
Cole.
big, stupid, red fucking face. All I've got are my trunks and gloves from fight night. I sigh and lean back, bumping my... bumping horns against the cement wall.
My wolf horns.
This sucks. I should have expected them to figure out what we were planning somehow. They always find out. Maybe I should have just handed in my resignation. Or not showed up at all. There's a million things I could have done different. We shouldn't have even gotten to this point. I should have quit on day one. And now, I'm here. Zan's alone, the person that I'm currently thinking about as Cole, somebody who cares a lot about Zan. This is subtext. And Red's all kinds up of fucked, and that's great. I like that as Cole.
I did a great job.
I really fucked everything up. Good. I'm happy. At least I have company down here.
It's gonna show Cole as the other
and then I'll be right. And then I'll have been right all along.
Oh my god.
Though he hasn't shown in a while. Hey! That shouldn't Okay, I can't keep doing it. Now that they're doing dialogue, this is gonna actually just be confusing as hell, so... Alright, that shithead's gotta be around here somewhere, right? Hello? You around? Don't want to get too close to the bars. I bumped him on my first night and shocked myself silly.
Electric bars.
Yeah. Didn't expect them to be electrified.
Yeah, that was the implication.
Not as bad as the stun sticks, but fuck. Probably not great for me to be getting zapped this much. Yep. I don't know if the bars are even still live, but I'd rather not take my chances. I know the panel arming them is right outside my cell. I hear footsteps. I hate that I know it's him just by the way he walks. What's up, big guy? I heard you've been practicing talking like me. It's pretty convincing according to guards.
Character of this chapter.
Oh, jackass. He looks so goddamn pleased with himself, twirling a stun stick in his hand, a pair of keys jingles attached to his belt. You got the time? Why's it matter? You're not going anywhere. Just curious. You seriously can't tell? The fuck am I supposed to tell time without a clock or a window?
He just laughs at that.
Ha 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 ha. They really fucked you up, huh?
Not nearly as much as I'll do to you. I don't know why I started reading
this
it.
Bruce. Not nearly as much as I'll do to you. All I can remember is they snuck up on me, tased me, and I woke up here. I definitely thrashed around the elevator, damn near broke the box. Took them all down with me. I think I got Gator in these jeans somewhere. Got a few glimpses of the hallways as they drag me along, but it's all hazy. I do know that we're way deeper than I've ever gone. Hence the musty-ass cage. Gold grunts and leans back against the wall opposite my cell. Yeah, I saw that. These things do some damage, huh? Fuck ass says that with the shittiest grin on his face, batting the stun baton into his free hand slowly. Almost like he's threatening me with it.
Just zaps himself.
Ouch. Is this what happens? Oh, I'm sorry. This hurts. I have no idea.
Pain feels like.
I try not to look too upset. You want to find out yourself? Give it here. Think I'll pass on that. I grunt and lean back in bed. So, when did you become a cop? Dunno. I think I have to go to school for that. This is just a temporary thing.
He does fit the profile for somebody who wants to be a cop.
Yeah. All Coles are cops. Ooh, mall cop. Even better.
ACOC. He
You
didn't like that
one. Fair? In my defense, he's a piece of shit. Yeah, be real gracious to this guy. I'm getting promoted, dude. Gonna be the new champ. Taking your place. Commish said so. Takes me a second to figure out the implications that has. Old man's gonna try to get this shithead to kill Zan too, huh? Well, damn. Sorry to hear it'll be short-lived. Huh. What? You think I'm going to lose? I'm gonna lose? If it's anything like your last few fights, yeah. You saw me win the one last week, right?
My heart drops to the pit of my stomach. What?
My heart drops to the pit of my stomach.
It's really hard
Get the fuck out of here, Zander.
It's really
this
hard
is
to
my
get used to not
narration.
narrating. It just takes over at random. It's like, oh, the music stopped. Stimulus. I'm the narrator. Here you go.
That's right. Red! I forgot! He flicks the power on the stun baton and waves it around, almost taunting me.
Yeah, I don't know why they keep weakening the statement.
Mm-hmm. It was a slaughter, man. You should have seen it. Yeah? Yeah, dude. It was great. I hear he's coming back for a rematch. I'll fucking kill you. I'll break your shitty little toy and beat you to death with your own 2 fucking arms. And breathe out. Cool, we'll get what's coming to him in time. Focus on now. Focus on getting out, getting Zan and Red safe. But yeah, new chap. He flicks the stun rod off and points at himself. Jackass. I try not to sigh too loud. You know, it's bullshit, right? It's not gonna last. Cole looks confused. I already told you I'm not gonna lose. No, dumbass. The job itself. Commissioner's doing you a solid right now when you need it, but the second you're not useful, he's gonna turn around and throw you to the wolves. Dude, I am a wolf.
So confused by him being a wolf and that has stripes.
Jesus fucking Christ. He's gonna fire you. You're his lapdog right now, and he's gonna keep pushing you to do worse and worse shit. And once you fight back, you're getting fired. Or I gesture to the cell around me. Thrown away. Cole stares blankly, thinking for a few seconds. Okay. Okay. He shrugs. I mean, he told me you'd try spouting some bullshit, but I didn't think you'd make it that obvious. Dumbass, I'm trying to help you. Sounds like you were trying to get your old job back. If I wanted my job, I wouldn't have just given it up in the ring. I'm just trying to give you some advice. Even though he sure as hell doesn't deserve it. Cole scoffs. Well, even if you were telling the truth, why the fuck should I care? I got mine. Got a nice promotion, a raise, and I get to beat the fuck out of little freaks like that Yin dude. My body moves on instinct. I'm standing an inch from the bar. Cole prepares, pointing his baton at me and powering it on, almost threatening me. There's no helping this depraved fuck.
I keep hoping he'll get a hold of him, because if he gets a hold of Cole, he can just pull him into the bars.
That would be fucking awesome.
Well, he's been established.
I would love that, honestly.
It's been established that he has the keys, so I feel like that actually might be what happens, is that the bars are going to be a chance to take out Cole. Because he can pull,
no, I mean,
he can pull Cole backwards into the bars, just use his weight against him, and it would either incapacitate or kill him, and then he can grab the keys off of him. And a stun rod.
Yeah. But I don't think that Bruce needs a stun rod, but it probably doesn't hurt. I mean, it hurts other people, but you know what I mean. With the huff, I drop back onto the bed. Cole, oh, he's not doing it. No, the plan would have been fucking awesome. It would have been cool if, like, he got hit with a stun baton and Bruce was like, I'm gonna get you anyway, bitch, and, like, just zaps him and, like, overpowers him. Wouldn't that have been cool? That would have been cool.
Especially as, like, there's no helping with this depraved fuck. It's like, feels like a final thing.
It would have even worked no matter what, because your muscles, like, tense up when you're getting zapped. So he just needs to grab Cole at all, get zapped, and just lean back. And Cole would get, like, bazooped.
Bazoop. Aren't stun batons really loud?
I don't know. I've never been on the receiving end of one.
I just like I'm thinking of like tasers and stuff. You press the button to fire them.
Oh yeah, they're
the crackle is so loud.
Yeah,
like whether or not it's even
Bruce
being
is
used
like,
on anything.
He was like, "What was that? I can't hear you."
It's like Cole seems to keep turning it on and off, and I imagine the baton is similar. So I'm just like,
yeah,
how are they talking over it? Those things are loud.
Cole flicks a switch on the baton and it turns off. Whatever, man. Go be his bitch. Don't say I didn't warn you. Once you go down this road, you're gonna start to feel really fucking grimy. And no amount of cleaning is gonna make you feel good again. Cole rolls his eyes.
My brain
Zander?
just
Zander.
autopilots every now and then. Why the fuck would Cole be left in charge of Bruce? In particular,
I'm fine with it.
Yeah, it's so like Saturday morning cartoon as opposed to anything else that makes sense. Because like maybe you leave a guy.
He's got like a little badge that just says #1 cop, and he's walking around. He's like, dude, look at what the commish gave me.
It's just like it might be one thing to leave him with a stun baton to like go after Bruce if Bruce starts figuring out how to break out or something. But why does he have the keys?
And like, you know why? Yeah, that's so cartoony,
like,
right?
What
like,
contingency would you ever need Cole to open Bruce's cell with the keys? Bruce, who you specifically are against now, and like it's literally just it feels like it's only set up for the idea that he can like, oh no, I've been outsmarted, and then he gets incapacitated and the key gets there because that's like majority of scenes in movies that take place in cells are the guy figuring out how to trick the guard into letting them out in some way, or defeating them, or pickpocketing them.
Yeah, the trick is to never write your character getting arrested because it's incredibly fucking hard for your story to not just die immediately in its tracks with that.
Like, he has to know Cole is an idiot, so why would he give Cole the keys?
Because Cole has #1 cop. It says so on badge.
Granted, everything that we've heard from the commissioner seems to sound like the commissioner's also an idiot. This plan is dumb, and there's no way that this company can be functional.
Yeah, well, I don't think it's functional. That part's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll worry about that when I'm rolling in money on the top floor. There's an uncomfortable silence.
I've got a bed up there, dumbass.
So what's next? You're just gonna sit around watching me sleep? Fuck no, I'm not scheduled overnight. Then what happens tomorrow? Fuck if I know. Old man said something about attitude adjustment for you, but apparently plans changed right after you got here. Changed? From what to what? He's got to fight. Ooh, the commissioner? I chuckled to myself.
Got him.
Yeah. Yeah. The smirk that crept across my face disappears. The fuck? He hasn't fought in years. I didn't even think he could fight at all. But yeah, he says he's got a fight tonight. Have you noticed the commissioner's kind of weird? Like, let's just do like heart to heart here. The things are kind of fucky around here. Tonight? With who? He laughs. It's that little dare dude that keeps challenging you. My heart drops. What? Yeah, dude. He was pissed. Said something about doing Bruce's job for him. I don't remember. He's gonna kill Zander. I couldn't touch the commissioner before. There's no way Zander's surviving this. You gotta let me out. Again, I rise up, coming face to face with Cole through the bars. Huh? No shot. His baton flickers back to life. I'm not trying to fuck with you, man. I gotta stop the commish, dude. He's gonna hurt Zander. Fucking good. That's kind of the whole reason you're down here. I slam a fist at the bar without thinking. It stings for a second. Cole! I'm not fucking. Cole's baton slips through the bars, jabbing me in the abs.
Grab him.
It didn't linger for more than a second, but it felt like I've taken a cannonball at point blank. My body drops and convulses, teeth gritting as I try to force my muscles under control. Ha 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 ha. You're so fucking pathetic, dude. No wonder the old man's getting rid of you. Can't even put the lightweight out to save yourself. I'll let you deal with that for a bit. Have fun, dickhead. I lay there, heaving and growling as the pain courses its way out through my body. He's fighting tonight, and there's nothing I can do about it. I'm fucking useless. What the fuck am I doing? I've made it out of worse situations.
How? You're in an electrified cage.
But he is the goddamn champion. Undefeated! This is no different from any other fight. I'm gonna find a way out, and we'll put an end to all this.
I found a way out. You didn't do it.
So this mystery fight. Am I allowed to watch?
I never really thought about that. Probably not. Unless you know what arena it's located in.
I do not.
There wasn't any sort of official broadcast announcement. Security cameras, maybe?
This is you narrating again,
My
Zander.
He thinks for a second and smiles.
Can't say I know how to get into those, but we'll give it a shot.
Appreciate it. Feels like this elevator is taking forever to come up. Bucky puts a hand on my shoulder.
Wraith, you're gonna do great.
I've already established I'm lying when I do this, but... I smile and nod. Thanks. And this time I actually believe him. Why?
Sure.
He specifically established that he lies. I'm stronger now. Stronger than I was for every fight before this. It's been 2 weeks since the last fight.
It's been 2 days.
It helps that, well, the actual fight.
Oh, the
was 2 weeks
last
ago.
real fight. Okay, fair.
It helps that Harvey's much closer to my size than Bruce is, too. Even though Bruce said he lost to him before, the old man had to have gotten weaker since then.
This was something I was thinking earlier, like, how old is this guy gonna be? Like, are you gonna fight like a 70-year-old man?
Yeah.
You better win. Like,
he's much older since he fought Bruce, and also Bruce fought him after he fought, like, 5 other people.
Yeah. And he's Redline's granddad. This dude is at least, like, 60, right?
Yeah, I don't know how long Bruce has been here. I'm not sure how old he is right now. Especially since, like, even if Bruce is a cartoonish Superman, the people that fought Bruce were even people that thought they could fight Bruce, like they chose to.
Yeah.
So they were probably significantly larger than Zander.
Yeah.
The elevator door opens. I take a breath. Part of me doesn't even want to step inside.
Very understandable.
There is a pattern to what happens when you step in here.
This is the thing he has PTSD about, is an elevator. I remember when I threw Theodore against the wall. Anyway.
Once I do, the doors are going to close. And then when they close, that'll be it. Do or die time. I don't want to die. And let the breath go. I turn around, wrapping my arms around Bucky. He seems surprised for a second, then hugs me even tighter. Thank you for everything.
You're the one that's been putting in the work, Zander. Thank you for letting me be your couch.
We hug for what feels like a little bit too long, but I don't care.
What?
I need this. I step onto the elevator and get one more look at Bucky.
Knock him dead.
I'll make you proud. The doors close, just me and the attendant.
Doing alright?
Just going through a lot.
Yeah, sounds like you've been busy.
It's me, the trusty elevator attendant. I'm here sometimes.
I was the elevator before your first fight. I've been watching you all along. Take this spirit bomb with you, Zander.
Oh, right. I remember you. You know, with your, and your,
The guy that he, like, ignored. He was like, the attendant rattles off rules. I'm barely even paying attention.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good to see you're not nervous anymore.
They've been spending a lot of this session telling us that people changed, like, over and over again. Now they're essentially, they're practically inventing characters to be like, whoa, yeah, you, like, had a character arc, huh? Like, out loud to him. Well, maybe not entirely. He laughed.
It's just to emphasize that everyone noticed such a big change in Zander. Even the people that barely had anything to do with him are just like, wow, that dude. I'm going to tell him. Well, at least you've calmed down a bit. You were dead serious last time I saw you. This is so fucking on the nose, man.
Yeah.
This is going... It's fine.
It's iffy because, one, the character's just telling us that he had a character arc by like, oh, I've observed you're different. Me, a guy that's not in your life. But also it's like, what he was...
It's the least interesting character to be doing this with, too.
But it's also, like, yeah, but it's like a strange...
about the attendant.
They're practically inventing a character just for the scene with how little they are relevant to anything. But it's like... What do you mean he was dead serious last time and he was nervous last time, but now he's not? Like, he literally just had the thought, I don't want to die. Like, I guess, I don't know. It's been a rough few months. That's a strange response to clarifying that he was dead serious before, but now he doesn't seem to be. Like...
I can tell that you've really grown from this, Zander. Or should I say, Alex?
You were dead serious before, but now you're not. But he's saying it's been a rough few months, so it's like that's not a line about how you look more like strong and self-assured now or anything.
Yeah.
The attendant nods and looks down at his tablet.
I try not to ask too many questions, but how did you end up with all this?
He gestures to his tablet with the information on it. I can't exactly give any details. I don't know what's on the tablet. What does it say?
The information. Fair enough. You feel good?
About the fight?
Just in general.
I think so. Even if I lose, I'll figure something out.
That's a good attitude to have, then.
We reach the bottom when the doors open. The lights are already on.
Just whatever happens, we're rooting for you.
Who's we? I don't...
The attendant guild.
I'm so confused right now by this character. Because, like, it's essentially just repeating the conversation we just had with Bucky, so it doesn't serve that much of a purpose, but also, like, it doesn't feel intuitive that anyone has Zander's back or cheers for him or cares about how things turn out for him. Because most people don't really understand what's happening, but everyone just seems to hate him anyway. Like, across the board. Like, people are openly, like, they're willing to like group up and hate crime redline, and Xander's his friend, so they clearly don't like Zander either. So I'm just like, what characters in the setting would be rooting for Zander at all besides his two friends, and that's it. Like, and the rat, I guess he exists technically. Maybe the rest of the staff. Look he's giving is anxious, confident, hopeful. I nod and step out with a smile. I'll do everything I can.
Good luck.
The doors close. I'm alone, basking under the lights. My stomach doesn't hurt, not in the way it did before. I'm ready for you, Harvey. Right on time, his doors open up and he steps out. I'm not sure what I expect underneath his suit. He certainly seems more prepared for the fight than I was thinking. Alright, well there goes the confidence immediately. That's a jacked old man. He approaches the ring looking frustrated. Old piece of shit, you don't deserve to be angry.
It would be so funny if he wore like super high-waisted pants and he did like the Irish like knuckle boxing thing just to make him seem like ancient. You know? Good to see you made it.
He has glyphs on his body.
I trust you didn't leak any more details.
I know what would have happened if I did.
Smarter than you seem. Clearly not wise, though, given that you followed through on the fight.
He tilts his head to either side, emitting loud pops from his old joints.
Whenever you're ready. I'll finish what Bruce couldn't.
Don't talk about Bruce like that. He knew what he was doing. Bruce was too scared to fight against you. I'll do it for him. The commissioner steps forward. And after a deep breath, I do too. The buzzer rings. We raise our fists. His guard is high. Clearly he's some
Mai Tai.
Mai Tai, that's what it was. I was like, I do know what this term is, and I blanked on what the fuck the pronunciation was.
That's fine.
Yeah, clearly some Mai Tai. He's got some Mai Tai training. He's got some Mai Tai training. There we go. Stand-up fighting could be a problem. I might stand a chance if I get him on the ground. He's heavier than me, though. I don't know if I want to gamble on that. I'll see if I can outbox him, but if it comes to it, we could always grapple. I extend a glove to tap. Force of habit, I guess. He does too. Bad idea. He gets a hold of my hand and pulls me forward, swinging a hook for my jaw. I manage to duck under it, only for him to step in closer with 2 more jabs to my face.
Got boss
fight music. My gloves pull up just in time to eat the shots. If I can just... Harvey lands a kick against my side. It's super effective. I stagger back, hoping to get some distance to breathe. I still keep expecting him to use electro type attacks.
Because he's yellow.
Yeah, he's yellow with zigzags on him. The yellow, orange, and even gray pattern that is electric types in Pokemon, including the fact that a significant there's literally more than one electric dog in Pokemon. He's fast. I'm starting to doubt he's as old as I was thinking.
Focus up, Zander.
Stop thinking about Pokemon. You gotta catch all these punches. The kick left a bit of a sting against my ribs. I don't think I can take too many of those. Again, my opponent moves in. No time to think, just act. Harvey's lead leg kicks out low. I step back, letting it miss. That evasion makes my stance wobbly. It'd be unwise to put myself in a bad position, so I rebalance myself with another step back. The edge of the ring is approaching. Harvey is as well, closing in as I move backwards. He sends a jab that barely misses, along with another leg kick. As I attempt to block the kick, his elbow breaks through my guard and cuts across my face. My guard immediately tightens around my snout. Fists rain in from every direction. I try to duck, bob, weave, block, anything to get out. I can't bring myself to move back any further, so I move forward. Air shoots through my gritted teeth as his knee pierces my abs. Desperate, I push, hoping to circle out, but with a firm grip, he pulls me down into another knee. I manage to defend, but the force behind it is enough to do plenty of damage to my arms. In the struggle, I get a hold of his knee before he pulls it back down.
This is going great for Zander.
He's fine. He'll be fine.
Okay.
One pick of the knee is all it takes to make him scared. I've got my head pressed against his chest, and I can feel him tense up immediately. An arm hooks over mine, and in no time at all he manages to break my takedown attempt, shoving me away. I'll take it, an unsuccessful takedown, but I've learned that he really does not want to go to the ground. All I have to do is survive until I get him there. My cheek tingles. I touch it, and find blood dribbling down through my fur. The elbow must have done some damage. It's not too bad though, I can still fight. Push through the sting, keep my heart pumping. Once the adrenaline dies down, then I can worry. But not now. Harvey's walking toward me, calm. The same deadly expression on his face. I try to match it, but I don't know if it has the same effect. Probably not. I'm really missing Bruce's teasing right about now. I pull my guard up, and he does the same. He starts the offensive, firing jabs for my face. With enough distance, there's no problem evading them, but I need to start firing back. His stance is strong, but his midsection is wide open. If I can start chopping away at his body, I'll be in a good place. A straight punch comes for my face, blowing right over my head as I duck. I stand my ground and send a combo to his body, finishing with an uppercut to his chin. The blows to his body land, but my uppercut misses, and before I can react, a knee lands against my body. I fold forward, spitting air out and trying to defend, but the blows keep coming. Punches rain down again, plowing into my guard. Each one stings against my skin, and the force quickly tears through my stamina. I'm getting back to the edge again. Harvey's size and speed make quick work as I turtle forward, scrambling to find an out. A knee pierces into my body again. I step back, but know I'm outside the ring. Maybe I can sneak to the side. Cut! Again, the knee plows into me, finding its mark in my solar plexus.
I can feel wherever you want him.
I can feel my limbs try to go limp, but not before Harvey gets a hold under my arms. He leaps up, firing a knee aimed at my chin. My gloves block the way, but the sheer force behind is enough to shake me. Harvey hisses, this time pulling my head down into the strike. Ah. Blur effect. There's a subtle white outline on the outside of the black outline because of how the blur works.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh. It's fine.
Not sure how, but the knee slips through my hands, finding its mark against my nose. Feels like something breaks. I lose myself for a moment in the music, the moment you want it. My head feels heavy. I can't seem to get my body to cooperate. It all feels kind of fuzzy. He tries for another knee, I think. My guard holds it at bay, but just barely. Blood sprays off as my gloves slam back into me. I can't let him get another one in. With a clearer mind, I get a hold of his knee before he pulls it back down. Again, he goes to defend it, but I act too fast, turning to the side to throw the old man to the ground. But with the grip he has on my arms, I don't exactly get the advantage I was hoping for. He pulls me down, but in the heat of the moment I manage to slip through his arms and fall back onto my ass. He scrambles to mount me, and I stumble back to make space. He was ready for me to take him down, and I don't know if I want to get on top when he has a hold on me. So I opt to get to my feet instead. He rises too, looking more annoyed than he was before. I really need a second to catch my breath. My nose is bleeding bad, clogging my snout, forcing me to breathe with my mouth open. That just gives him an easier target if he swings for my jaw. Doesn't matter. Harvey's moving in. I smear the blood across my arm and sip in some air. He's much more aggressive now. I guess the takedown pissed him off. Blows rain into my face. It's a lot harder to avoid them now. Everything feels heavy, sluggish. I'm blocking more often than dodging, which only makes my body ache more. I managed to send a few good shots back in retaliation, but through the pain, he only doubles his output. Everything I give him, he gives back twice as hard. I work his body, he abuses mine. I touch his chin, he makes my snout even worse off. I'm starting to see blood paint the cement beneath us. Can't focus on that. Have to deal with Harvey's relentless assault. One step forward, 2 steps back. One clean blow, 2 in return. It's like he's punishing me for fighting back. A running theme, I guess.
Ah.
Just calling it out directly. But the fight goes on. He's starting to sweat, but his expression barely changes, even when I land a good hit. I just gotta keep fighting. Maybe I can bait out a kick or punish him or take him down and finish it. He comes in with more punches, and in a bit of desperation, I clinch up with him. He's hot, panting slowly as our exhausted bodies press against each other. Gotta position my legs properly, otherwise he can trip me and take me down. I was hoping he'd need a break as much as I do, but he's clearly doing much better than I am.
Yeah.
Can't think like that. I can still win this. With a huff, he shoves me back. Guess my break is over. I start to go in for an attack, but his leg lifts, body turning to aim a kick. I lean back, letting the kick pass a hair's length through my snout. The whiplash makes me flinch, shutting my eyes for a split second as the body returns to its place. Everything goes fuzzy. Blood sprays as my head cranks to the side, followed shortly by the rest of my body.
Ow. I just picture him like corkscrewing through the air.
He's dead. Yep. The end. All right, well, I think that's all the time we have for this week. This time.
Yeah, I feel like there's enough time for like another full session at this point. You know, I feel like this fight's gonna have multiple phases. He's gonna turn into his demon form, where he becomes like Harvey Zero,
Super
and Zero's in all
Grandpa.
caps.
He has a 3rd health bar. This one's purple. All right, see you guys next time.
See you.